Greetings, my saplings. In today's video, like every single month we've been doing so far, I'm going to be discussing with you what shoes to resell in March. However, I get it. Some of you guys don't like reselling. You could consider it like what are going to be the most hyped shoes. Or for anyone who's against reselling, hey, I like GRs too, right? So you're going to want to know what shoes are gonna go on sale, right? So this guide that I'm gonna be sharing with you today is essentially not only gonna help you know what shoes are gonna resell, but all the controversial ones that you don't really know, like is it gonna be a GR or not? Well, I'm gonna tell you which ones you should wait for the sale on. Alright, so basically, I'll be giving you the date, I'll be giving you the retail price if I have that information, and of course, I'll be giving you my resale prediction, whether or not it is worth it to buy the shoe for reselling it, or simply if it's just gonna have hype, or if it's not. Just a brief disclaimer, all this info can change, we can get updates, obviously. You wanna make sure you're subscribed to the channel, turn on notifications so you stay 100% updated, because things with sneakers, they could change in the blink of an eye. But let's get right to it. On March 2nd, for $110, we have the Tennis HUs. And these come in a variety of different colors, and I think that they look really, really cool. However, I am going to have to say, they will not resell. The reason I say this is simply because although the colorways are really, really vibrant, they're nice, I just feel like every other tennis human race has sat, so I also see these sitting as well. However, we will talk about a Tennis HU that's releasing later that will have resale, but we'll get to that. Now, on March 3rd, we have the Off-White Jordan 1s, and you know, I think this is obvious to most of you, but for those of you who are new to the sneaker game, I do still have to say it. Yes, obviously, these shoes are going to resell. These shoes are going to be extremely hyped, so hopefully you guys already watched my how to cop guide for these or my tips for how to copying these shoes so you could sign up for every single raffle with multiple entries. And, you know, I wish you guys luck for that. Also, guys, if you do happen to get this shoe, I would advocate that you hold on to this shoe for a couple of months because we've seen with the previous Off-White shoes that the price has shot up. It's just something to keep in mind if you do happen to take a W. Another shoe coming out on March 3rd if you happen to take an L on those Off-Whites. Although those Off-Whites look super, super clean, this shoe, in my opinion, looks super clean as well. Now, this is the Jordan 13 Hyper Royal. This shoe will be releasing for $190, and I'm going to have to say no resale at all. And hold on, guys. I am going to have to say you should also wait for a sale price on these. However, you know, if you don't want to take the risk, that's understandable considering all Jordans, or at least the OG Jordans, are supposed to be limited this year. So if you're feeling like it's a little risky to wait for the sale, you could go right ahead and pick the shoe up on release date. Moving on to March 9th for $190, which isn't a bad price for these shoes. I expected much more. We have the Air Vapor Max 97. Essentially, this is a hybrid between the Vapor Max and the Air Max 97. You got that Air Max 97 upper with the Vapor Max bottom, and to be quite honest with you guys, I think that this shoe looks incredible. I think that it looks so cool, and you know, I'm not so confident on this one. I still don't know if it's going to resell. The way we will know for sure is if you go to Nike sneakers, like right before the release, if you see that it says draw up there, like draw opens at so-and-so time, we will know that these are going to be extremely limited. So if it does say draw, they then will resell. However, if it's going to be a first come, first serve release, I don't know. If it is going to be a first come, first serve, I'm not sure. Now, I think these shoes are going to sell out, so do not sleep on this shoe, guys. I'm telling you right now from the get-go. However, I'm not sure if the resale is going to be enough to profit a decent amount, at least, after fees and shipping. Moving on to the next day, March 10th, we have the Jordan 9 Breads coming out for $190, and you know, I've never really been a huge fan of all black shoes, and to be quite honest, I probably won't even pick this shoe up, and I will have to say, no resale at all, and there is a slight chance that these will also sit for quite a while. So, you know, if you're asking me, I would wait for that sale, and you don't even have to wait for the sale, guys. For all these shoes that are going to go on sale, if you go to StockX.com on the day of the release, there's always people who buy pairs, and then they're saying, ah, man, these are bricks, and they just try and get it off their hands, and they're selling them for like $30, $40 below retail, and consider that, guys. $30, $40 below retail, you buy a shoe like that 4 times, and you can afford a whole nother shoe. It's all about being smart and saving money in this game. Now, also on that day, we have the Jordan 3 NRG Soul. However, this will be a South Korea exclusive on Nike.com. So if you happen to be in that vicinity, shout out to you. But I think it's kind of obvious here considering how limited they're going to be. I do think these are going to have pretty decent resale value. So if you do happen to have the opportunity to obtain these shoes, I would say go for them. On March 14th, for everyone who's been in the sneaker game for a very, very long time, you guys love this shoe because this shoe hasn't released since 2006, or essentially the first shoe released in 2006, and now the new one is coming out now. This is the Atmos Air Max 95 and Atmos Air Max 1 2.0. So the Air Max 1 will be releasing for $160 US, the Air Max 95 being $200. To be honest, I think these are going to be very, very limited. Also, there is tons of hype considering the 1.0 released all the way back in 2006. So I'm going to have to say, despite $200 being a high retail price, I think they're both going to resell, definitely. Moving on to March 16th, we have another obvious one that I think everyone who has experience here knows that these shoes are going to resell. These are the Human Race Trail NMDs. We got two tie-dye ones. We also have a black and purple one. And I just think that these shoes look beautiful, and most importantly, I love what it stands for. Anyway, though, they will be releasing for $250, and you're saying, whoa, that $250, that's a lot of money. Don't worry, guys. I think that the prices will be very reminiscent of the previous trail ones that released. If you saw the blank canvas is around like $450-ish, very similar to how the Oreos started. So I think that these will also shadow the previous Human Races. So that means that, yes, you will be able to profit after fees. Maybe you'll get $100, which is a full day at work for me. So I would say go for these for resale if you're looking for them. If you don't want to resell them, of course, guys, do not sleep on the shoe. Now, also on March 16th, we have another tennis HU coming out. And, I'm just going to be completely honest. First of all, I like it. Second of all, I think that this shoe will actually resell. So all the tennis HUs, they have extremely low prices. I believe this price is going to be $110. Maybe it's $130. I might be wrong there. But I think that there's going to be a ton of demand on this shoe considering they are a tie-dye shoe that looks very similar to the NMDs that are going to be releasing. I think tons of people are going to take L's, and this will be their backup shoe. I think that they'll go for this shoe instead. Additionally, I think that this shoe will simply be more limited than the other HUs that are releasing earlier, simply because this is the only tennis HU coming out in this set. Moving on to March 18th, we have a Jordan 10 that, in my opinion, it's just super clean. You can match it with anything. This is the Jordan 10 I'm Back for $190. In my opinion, no resale value. I do think that they will also sit, so feel free to wait for that sale price. More importantly, though, I'm probably going to go ahead and get this shoe just because I have no 10s in my collection. So I'm going to go over to StockX on the day that they release, or I might even wait 3 to 4 days. I'm going to pick them up from there, and I will probably save $30 to $40. So if you're interested in getting this shoe, go ahead and do that. Now, also on March 18th, we have the Jordan 3 Retro Flyknit. In my opinion, I think that the outsole for this shoe is super, super cool, how it glows in the dark. I've just never personally been a whole fan of the whole Flyknit thing, so I don't know. If you guys like it, I love it. Go right ahead and pick up the shoe. I don't think I will, and I also don't think that these will resell, considering as of now the retail price is $220, so that's going to drive a lot of people away. It will also lower your profits, and you have to consider fees and shipping, so I personally don't think that they will resell just based off of how the previous Flyknit ones did. Moving on to March 24th, we have the Jordan 3 Tinker. And oh my goodness, I just feel like I need this shoe. I need to pay my respects to Tinker Hatfield. I need to get this shoe because if you were unaware, this was the original sketch or outline for what the Jordan 3 was supposed to look like. And I don't know, as a sneaker collector, someone who's been collecting for years, I think that this is essential for my collection and maybe for yours too. In my opinion, yes, by far. I think that these shoes will resell considering there's so much demand on them. Also, I do believe Nike is doing a draw for them, and that basically means that these are going to be very limited, and I'm kind of sad about that because I don't care too much about reselling these shoes. I simply just want to rock them. Whoops, sorry guys. I actually forgot to mention these in the video, and I just noticed it as I was editing, but essentially, yes, these are going to be reselling. These are the Jordan Game Royal ones, so you should expect similar stock to the bread toes. However, slightly less demand, so you could still profit. It just won't be as much as the bread toes. Definitely a personal cop for me though. Now moving on to March 26th, which is Air Max Day if you guys were unaware, we have the Sean Witherspoons releasing. And again, this is another shoe that I need. Guys, I'm going broke considering I'm a surfer, I'm a beach bum. So I don't know, this is a shoe that's definitely essential for my collection. More importantly though, it's just the details that this guy put into the shoe. If you look closely, even the lace tips are different colors on the shoe. There's so many different details. And I really do hope that I can do a review for you guys. So obviously, I don't even feel like I have to mention this, guys, just because there's so much hype built around this shoe. And I do believe this will be a draw also. Yes, guys, these will resell. You can make some profit off of them, but this is another shoe that has to be a personal cop for me. There is no way I'm ever going to resell this shoe. So that'll wrap it up for March. Now, obviously, when you're watching this video, this could be any time in March, and we could get different updates. Stuff could change. So what's most important is that you subscribe to this community. I don't like to call this a channel. This is one big community where we all help each other out with tips and tricks. So subscribe to the community, and I will keep you updated on all the upcoming releases. So of course, stay tuned for updates. If you haven't already turned on notifications, feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, or perhaps if you just learned a thing or two. And with that, I'm out of here. Have a phenomenal day, guys, and good luck this month. Hopefully we take some W's. I'm out of here.
A great success!